What is up, guys? Welcome back to the freaking channel, Walking on Water. In today's episode, we're out here on Wallowa Lake. It's like 100 degrees. It's 10 a.m. and man, oh man, it's July. It's hot. All the kokanee are now suspended down in the water, and they're about 50 feet deep. And the water temperature down there is anywhere from 53 down to about 45 degrees. And that's where kokanee are gonna live during the summer. And we are gonna go through how to target these kokanee without downriggers, so you people out there that are not using downriggers can get on these summer kokanee as well. Again, LEWS Mach 2 baitcaster combo giveaway happening right now on the channel, Walking on Water. Like, subscribe, and share videos, and you will be entered to win a LEWS Mach 2 brand new, shipped straight from the internet to your door. So stay tuned. All right, guys, so this is gonna be a short and sweet video on how you guys can get down to depth with weights, not using a downrigger, okay? This is a 4-ounce inline weight that has a swivel at the top and a swivel at the bottom, so it kind of speaks for itself. It's just an inline weight. You run it from your main line down to a little bumper, and then down to your dodger, just like so, and then obviously down to your little spinner that you're going to use for kokanee. Okay, so we just tie this on with a standard fisherman's knot, just like that. And then you want to always tie, though, you always need go from the weight down to a bumper, and you can run a bumper 12 inches all the way down to about 6 inches, but you definitely need a bumper. And I would always use a thicker line for your bumper when you're using this inline weight setup, so when you're dropping it down, it's not getting tangled as it falls. So the thicker line keeps it straight in the water as the dodger's moving when you're letting the line out as you're trolling. So let's put this in the water really quick. Every single time you freaking fish with an inline weight or any kind of weight system, you're definitely gonna want a line counter reel. A line counter reel and a depth chart, and we will look at the depth chart here in just 1 second after we put this in the water, just so you know how far back you need to put your line for how much weight you're using. And that's where the depth chart, the math that you don't want to do in your head on the water, comes into play. So this is in the water just like that. You can see the inline weight is up in front of the dodger, and the dodger's working really nice in the water, and that bumper is keeping it nice and flat. See how it falls fast? It falls fast, but that bumper is keeping that dodger back behind the weight. Okay, so that's just one weighted setup that you can use, and we're gonna go over another weighted setup here in just 1 second. Let me pull out my phone and I'm gonna show you guys the depth chart that I use. So here's the depth chart right here, just like so, and it shows you every variation. So the depth that you're gonna use and the amount of weight and how far back you need to be to get down to that depth. Without the line counter reel, or the depth chart, you're really not gonna be able to get to the proper depth because you're just not gonna know where you're fishing, okay? Let's go over another setup, just one more fast setup on how you guys can get down to these kokanee during the summer, okay? All right, guys, so the next setup that we're gonna talk about to get you guys down to these summer kokanee is a sliding weight system. And so we have that black inline spinner clevis. I think Yakima Baits makes them just like so, and I know Oregon Tackle makes a white one as well that will work just as fine or just as well. And you want to run it with a snap swivel on it just like this, so you can clip into your weight. A cannonball weight would work a lot better for this. I'm using this weight for video purposes because it's long and you guys can see it well. But again, the exact same setup, just a sliding weight system down to a swivel this time, so it stops your bumper, right? Then you go down to your bumper line, so your dodger, when it's falling back in the water, doesn't get all tangled up. And then obviously down to your hoochie setup or your spinner setup that you're gonna be using for these kokanee, okay? Now the sliding weight system is a great system that is kind of almost like using a downrigger in a sense, because when you're fighting the fish, it's sliding along the line, right? You're not fighting that big heavy weight that's just inline stuck. And with kokanee, when they have a soft mouth, so the sliding setup is also very good. Now there's another setup, but I do not have any with me today, and it's a clip-on weight system. It's just like a snap that you're gonna use for a downrigger clip, and it just clips onto your line. So you can put your line 50 feet back, you can clip your weight on like that, and then you can lower it down using your depth chart, and that's how we are gonna target these summer kokanee. So this was just a quick video on how you can get on these summer kokanee out on any lake, any water system, or for any fish to be, for example. You do not need downriggers to get out on the water and fish. So if you have a boat, you have a kayak, you have a rod, you can go pick up some weights, get online, look you up a depth finder or a depth chart, and then just go out on the water and get hooked up on some fish. Again, thank you guys so freaking much for tuning into this episode of Walking on Water. I will see you guys in the next one.